Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of First and Last. My name is Josh, and with me this week is Joe.
Hey, man.
And Jimmy.
What's up, dog?
I feel like I almost didn't let you finish. Hey, man.
I almost forgot what I said.
Gotta get you that solid catchphrase out. Hey, man. Well, we're back. Another week. Episode 69. Jimmy's got a saucy one for us.
69.
Just watching porn this week.
Yeah, pretty much.
The first and last porno of a career of a professional. What are we watching?
Who are you calling a professional?
I mean, if I've given you money, you're a professional. But
so this is a
prostitution.
very professional podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so this show is listed on this crappy Thrillist list, 17 sexy TV shows for your guilty pleasure.
Okay.
Not just your pleasure, your guilty pleasure. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's Scandal. Have you seen this show?
No.
ABC show.
Yeah, is this an ABC show?
Went for 7 seasons.
It's got some lady on the thumbnail. Right?
Yeah.
I feel like right now I'm mixing it up with Revenge.
What's that?
That's like another ABC show.
Just another sexy
It's a one-word
ABC show.
Yeah.
Just another one-word named show that has a negative
Kerry
connotation.
Washington is the lady
On Scandal
on
or
the-
Revenge?
yeah. No, I don't know what that is.
Who's on the cover of Revenge?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Denzel Washington.
Probably.
Man, that would be a much bigger show if.
So Scandal is
Hey,
recent?
Portia de Rossi is in this show.
In Scandal?
Yeah, apparently.
So this is like a recent show?
It ended last year.
Okay.
Wait, this year? Hold on.
Do you know what year did it end? I'll tell you what year it is now.
2018,
It's
but
tw-
in
it's-
April.
So this
Okay.
year.
That's this year.
That's this year still.
Yeah.
Well,
No, it isn't.
I guess this doesn't come out this year.
69. 2019.
Yeah. This I guess, yeah, it technically was last year.
That's a lot of episodes,
We're
guys.
recording this in 2018 though. Behind movie
You just
magic.
you just took all the magic out.
Okay, so you just keep saying 69 like
Yeah, I don't know.
like it's a sexy joke or something, but it's just a number.
I feel like it's carrying over from episode 66.
Fair enough.
Also not scary on its own, just a number on its own.
Yeah, but the connotations.
Yeah, when you say it like that,
66.
it's both sexy and scary.
Yeah, and we all know you're into that.
It's the same
60s just in general are a good group of numbers, huh?
yeah. 63, fucking great.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I don't know anything about Scandal.
Yeah, me neither. I know
I
it's
knew
a
that there
show.
was a lady on the thumbnail. And I just found out who that lady was.
Josh pitched me a show called Scandal.
Oh, all right. Well, I'd assume it's not like necessarily a workplace drama, but it's imagine like Seinfeld, except Seinfeld mostly took place in a law office, and Elaine was banging Jerry, Kramer, and George, but none of them knew until the end of season 1.
And that's the Scandal?
And that's the Scandal.
That Elaine's a whore.
Sorry, I've been watching
that.
I've been watching Seinfeld, so I'm
Good
gonna.
for you.
It's just holds the test of time. Such a good show.
Show about nothing.
And maybe while they're banging, George is embezzling money from the company, and Kramer is the CEO / founder of the company.
Kramer is?
Yeah, well, Jerry can't be the hero every time, Jimmy. And
So it's another scandal?
it's just scandals. It really should be scandal and then parenthesis S parenthesis. Like scandals.
Everyone's got some scandals
Yeah.
going on.
Shit's going down. Scandals.
Everybody's got an
and the
angle.
byline is shit's going down. So that's yeah. No, are you sold?
I mean, let's see what happens after sweeps.
Fair enough.
I don't know. That's just like a TV term I heard.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like pilot and finale.
So
Yeah.
Kramer is the star of your scandals, not Jerry Seinfeld.
They're all.
What's his name?
I mean, it's an ensemble cast.
Yeah, but Jerry is. I mean, it's called Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Is this called?
Yeah. I mean,
Frasier?
because they're all
and it's
Frasier,
called-
not
you know,
Frasier.
and it's called
starring Jerry Seinfeld.
and it's called the Andy Griffith Show, but he's Andy Taylor in it. So names don't necessarily mean shit when it comes to TV.
The show stars Jerry Seinfeld, Elaine Seinfeld, George Seinfeld, and Kramer Seinfeld.
Right.
They're all Seinfelds.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works, Jimmy.
All right. Michael Richards, that's his name.
Oh, that I could have told you that part.
I asked.
You said what's his
and no
name,
one
and I was
listened to
saying
me.
Jerry Seinfeld, and I was like, are you asking me what Jerry's name is in the show Seinfeld? Because it's Jerry.
Okay, this is what throws
Jerry
me about
Taylor.
Scandal is that it says the internet says it's an American thriller series,
Mm-hmm.
They like Michael Jackson.
but it's also a sexy show, and it's a scandalous show, but it's a thriller. So is there sexy murder happening?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm into sexy murder.
So Joe's gonna really love this,
Mm-hmm.
as long as there's no sex.
as long as it's sex
But
adjacent.
it's on.
Yeah,
if
it's a narrow line to walk for sure.
It's on ABC, so I'm assuming it's on the line.
There'll be some bras.
Yeah, some very thick, lacy bras.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, never mind. Let's. Do you want to watch it, or should we just?
Well, I mean, you're. So wait, did you just pick it and you don't know? You've never seen anything about it. You don't know anything about it.
I mean,
You saw like the.
what is on ABC?
You're
I think,
attracted to the word scandal. Like, why did you pick this show?
I was combing through some dramas, and I have a bunch on a list that I want to do, but I don't know anything about this, and that intrigued me. And B, like I'd seen that it seemed like it either had a lot of hype or they were just trying to really hype it because it like the commercials on ABC were like constant, or maybe it was just when I was watching, they were really blasting it. Maybe it was like right after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something, but I just never watched anything after that because I feel like I saw commercials for this every 5 seconds.
I
for
mean,
7 years.
I would never turn this show on based on the little I know about it, just by itself.
Just that it's called Scandal.
Yeah, and that Kerry Washington's on that thumbnail.
Yeah, that was also a drop for me, actually.
So what do you want this show to be?
I want it to. What I want it to be is I want it to be sexy. I don't know if it's like law or government thriller or whatever. She's got some kind of seedy past. She's trying to escape.
Mm-hmm.
But then I want it to just become a J.J. Abrams time mind F-bomb. But that's not what's going to
I
happen.
kind of feel like everybody in the show, after thinking about it for 7 more seconds, is kind of feel like most people in the show are going to be unlikable by design. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
A little sleazy.
And maybe the main
There's
character.
going to be a lot of twists and you don't trust anybody.
Yeah, it's just kind of like everybody. I feel like everybody is going to be up to something. There's probably going to be one person that you're like, oh, I trust, I trust Newman. I feel like he's going to be like the trustworthy character in the show.
Just going back to Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I think what I want this to be is what's the House of Cards, but like, normal network drama. So it's not going to be like as
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Is
messed
that
up.
it's probably political. There's like a sleazy senator running for president, and he's having an affair, and that's the scandal that Kerry Washington, as his campaign manager, is trying to cover up. But then there's some other like deeper scandal about like people getting killed off that's happening that she's like finding out about. Because it can't just be adultery. There has to be some sort of like murder or a crime.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll be honest, man. If this is political, I don't know if my heart can handle it after all of 2018 fucking politics bullshit.
0 scandals this year.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
as clean as 2018 was, I guess. Yeah, I could use a little political scandal.
Yeah, when did this show
Because
start?
it's 2019. Well, 7 years ago.
Oh, 7 seasons.
Yeah, so
7
back then
seasons.
it was like escapism. Like, ooh, what if we had like more like political intrigue going on? And now it's like fucking done with this.
2012.
What if Barack Obama
20
really was born in Africa?
2012. So yeah, things were good.
Well, I mean, for half the country,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, sure.
they're usually good for one half and bad for the other.
Well,
Even-
yeah. So the one half is looking for more drama. The other half just wants to pretend that Barack Obama isn't president. It's for everybody.
And now it's going good for other people, and now the rest of us don't want to pretend that Donald Trump's our president.
I think it's going bad for everyone.
No one's having fun.
Well, 45% of you chose him, so because that's how the electoral college works. It's a great system.
It is a good point though. 2012, like I'm trying to think, it was like pretty. Recession was pretty much turned around.
People could buy houses
At
again.
least coming,
Is that what
or
you're
at least
saying?
coming back.
People could afford their houses again.
Yeah.
2012.
Nazis weren't marching in the streets. Pretty good time. Don't really remember what I was up to.
So you don't
but,
think the scandal's going to be a Nazi scandal? Is what you're saying?
I mean, it could be.
Is it going to be?
I could be one of the many scandals.
Yes.
I bet there's at least 69 scandals.
You're reaching now, buddy.
Can you imagine if there's 69 different plot lines they have to follow through this show?
It's just Game of Thrones then.
Oh my
There's
god.
just so
Which
much
is also
going on.
Weird, sexy, but that show's still going. So
Game of
can't-
Thrones is written like a 4-year. You were like asking like a 4 to like 6th grader. You were kind of like, hey, what do you want to? Hey, if you could watch a show, and mom wouldn't be mad at you, what would you watch? Be like, okay, so there's knights and dragons, and you look through the door, and then there's boobies. Like that's like every episode of like Game of Thrones, and that is just what you'd ask of like a 6th grader, what they wanted to watch. And then they'd watch it and be like, those are boobies. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
there's a weird amount of incest for a 6th grader.
That's the adult twist. Like he asked his
I
kid
hope so.
what he wants to see, and then he was like, all right, that's cool, but mommy's banging her sister.
It's like the monkey paw version of like the kids' like fantasy show. Like, sure, there'll be boobs, but it'll be your mom's.
No.
Oh, man.
I don't know. You're the one that's read all the books.
Yeah, and they're the exact same.
Sounds awesome.
They're pitched the same way.
It's a great. Had to read all the books. We're never getting another one because that guy is, I don't know. He likes to put his thumb up his butt or something. I don't know what he's been doing for like 6 months.
I've seen the first of that show, and that's it.
The pilot?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool. Well, hey, eventually you'll get to see the last, maybe.
Yeah, we got a head start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't even have to watch it. It works out. Cool. Well, hey, let's see if any of the things that we thought were scandalous are actually scandalous. Learn
Yeah.
what a true scandal is. Do you know what it is? It's called Pilot.
No, it's not.
Yes. I already like this show.
I don't remember what it's called, but
Not important. We'll figure it out when we get
matter.
there. We'll see you after the pilot of the first episode of Scandal, which I'm going to say before we look it up is called The Plot.
it's not. It's called Sweet Baby.
Ooh, weird. Okay. All right. We'll,
Sounds like barbecue sauce.
we'll see you after the
Yum.
first episode of Scandal, Barbecue Sauce. And we're back. And the scandals are solved. All of them.
Scandals.
No more
Scandals are handled.
Scandaled.
Scandal handlers.
Did it. Jimmy, you got a write-up for us?
69. Okay, so Olivia hires Quinn. It's Quinn's first day at Pope and Associates, apparently. And the first day it must deal with a woman's accusation against the president. And they must prove a decorated war veteran innocent of murder. And that's all the write-up says.
So I just dove right in, but like Olivia is Olivia Pope,
Mm-hmm.
played by Kerry Washington, and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of the main character, and she's like a very smart lawyer that knows how to handle situations.
Yeah, but she's like a good guy, not like a normal lawyer.
She's the best guy.
She's the best guy.
That was an actual line.
So like Olivia Pope and this team of lawyers, they're all lawyers, but they're not a law firm, and they handle because they don't work for anybody
I
officially.
mean, they didn't
right?
do anything that a law firm
They
would
take
do.
money,
just
and
now.
their lawyers probably in court would.
They literally did what they did for the guy who potentially killed his like girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
They did what the police should do after they arrest him.
Hmm.
That's literally what they did this episode.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's all they did. They just
Yeah.
did due process.
Yeah, but like the gimmick is that they don't do anything. Like, it's not necessarily illegal, but they aren't lawyers in that they represent you in court. They just figure shit out for you and can solve your scandal.
And they just happen to all have gone to law school.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my note too, is that like this dude comes to them because his girlfriend is found dead in his apartment, and he's just like, I need to find the scandal people. And it's like, no, man, you need a criminal defense lawyer.
Right.
You need an alibi.
Which is okay. Let's
Yeah.
just dive into this guy. I got a lot of things to say about this show in general, but let's just talk about the case of the gay soldier before we go.
Wow, spoiler.
Spoiled.
So this is
we all
like
watched-
5 minutes into the episode where this guy comes in. He's covered in blood. He comes into their office and he's like, my girlfriend's dead. You got to fix this for me.
She's my best friend.
She's my best friend.
And so yeah,
he had the same lines over
he
and
goes,
over.
Yeah, he goes to them, whatever. He says that, and they're like, okay, cool. And they grill him for like 20 minutes,
Uh-huh.
and they're like, to decide whether or not they'll like take him on as a client.
Sure.
Apparently, Olivia Pope always trusts her gut.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a thing.
And she did this time, and she's like, cool, I think he's telling the truth. He didn't kill her, so we'll take this on. Because presumably, if they thought he was guilty, they wouldn't do. They're not gonna. They don't. I presume that
They don't
just,
do guilty.
They don't help bad people. That's kind of their gimmick. They help good people in not so
Except the president.
above board lines in a way.
Sure. Okay.
So
So if there's an actual scandal, then they like won't necessarily help clean that up.
well, it was one of those things where
Unless it's the
I mean, I
president.
guess not. Well, yeah, because going back then, they helped the president because some lady, it sounded like they kept comparing her to Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Monica Lewinsky told the truth, but they destroyed her, you know?
Yeah.
And so the president was like, I didn't like do anything with this lady.
Yeah.
And they're like, cool. I know you. I have a personal relationship with the president. Which for this minute she talked to him, I was like, oh, they banged for
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
Everyone's begging.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, they figure out that he totally was banging this like intern girl or whatever she was. And now at the end, Kerry Washington was like, she's my client now. So if she wants to screw you over, Mr. President, I'm going to help her. Because right away they were protecting the president from someone who was lying. But she found out that the girl wasn't lying and that now they're going to help the girl because
Because-
she's the good person.
Found out because new lady Quinn, is that her name?
Yeah, Quinn.
Said that the lady who was accusing the president said that the president was going to come when she like tried to kill herself, and he was going to come visit and call her sweet baby. And then Kerry Washington is like, or Olivia Pope is like, what did you say? What's he going to call her?
Yeah. Wait. Sweet what?
Sweet what? Say sweet again. And then she realized that was a pet name that the president obviously called her because they were having an affair.
Yeah.
And she apparently worked for him, but now she doesn't.
Yeah, they've got a history, and
Pretty sure the first lady totally knows because she doesn't seem to really trust Olivia Pope. Kind of got that vibe.
oh, yeah. So wait, what were you gonna say about the gay soldier guy?
Oh, it's just like,
yeah.
I just don't understand. This guy walks in, he's got a perfectly liable, I mean, I get it. He doesn't want anyone to know he's gay because he's a mega bigot in himself.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean,
he's bigoted against himself, essentially, you know.
yeah.
And
So like the whole thing is that they're trying to find him an alibi for like how he didn't kill his girlfriend, and he like
and he has one, and he could just tell them that, and he'd be
Right.
fine.
and like he wasn't giving it up, but then they found some security footage where he's like kissing a dude, and they're like, hey, if we show this footage, this is your alibi, you weren't there.
And he goes to like the most like tenacious, best like problem solving people around
Right.
in hopes that they'll come up with something different.
Some other
You know?
plan.
Like they're gonna find where you were. If it's possible to find out where you were, those of all people were gonna do it. And then he was like so mad about it for a little bit. He was like, "Oh my god, I'd rather go to jail for 25 years for killing my girlfriend
hero.
than be gay." And it's like, yeah, probably. You know what? Your life might get a little bit harder. You know. Because, you know, that's difficult to do, especially probably in the crazy conservative circles that man is running in.
Right.
But
Made a
like,
big deal
but
about
like,
that.
I don't think it's going to be worse than going to jail for your entire life.
For a murder that you didn't do.
I think you should just be,
What is going to ruin your life?
maybe you should just be gay like you already are and not go to jail and not like, I was like, so it was kind of funny. I was just like, how did this guy even think this was like a viable solution?
Yeah.
But it was just for the purpose of them being like, see, look at how good we do. So
Yeah.
much good we do.
Well, like, so he, like, you know, denied and then got arrested and spent like a night in jail. And then that's when Olivia Pope went to go talk to him again. And he's like, yeah, actually, you're right. I get your point now. Don't want to be in jail anymore.
Yeah, right. Oh, man, I was in a county jail for a half a day. I guess what, everybody? I'm gay as hell. I'm super gay.
I'll tell you that right now.
I'll tell you right now.
Spent one night
Confirmed.
on this cold cot. And, yeah, sure. I'm gay. This is fine.
I can confirm to you I'm very gay.
Super proud to be gay all of a sudden. On national TV, I'm going to.
So, yeah, this
announce.
is like a... Instead of monster of the week, they're going to have case of the week. You
Yeah,
know?
some like rip from the headline scandal.
Something, whatever.
Yeah.
Every show's going to be clever,
Mm-hmm.
presumably. You know, they're going to figure out a clever way. They gave a security guard a pizza to solve this one.
And like
Yeah.
$500.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, I guess that's maybe not necessarily legal, but it's not like outwardly wrong to bribe a security guy to get some tapes.
No. Well, I mean, and then either way, it's one of those things where it's like, well, I guess they might not have figured it out, but I guess they figured out he was around there at some point that night somehow.
Sure,
That's
yeah.
why they went to the guy to get the security tapes.
Uh-huh.
But if they could have figured that out, presumably, then the police would have figured it out. Went to that bank and said, "We need your
Hi, we're the police.
Hi, we're
We'd
the
like to see-"
hi, we're the police. Here's a subpoena or like a you know, give us this." And they're like, "Okay, here you go." So they just did it.
That security guard would have never got his pizza.
And yeah, and some security guard would be $500 less richer and a little hungry.
Mhm.
So I think they did a good deed all around.
Yeah, so I think you're right. Like, I'm still not really sure what these people are doing. Like, what are they doing that like normal police or investigators wouldn't do? Or like, why
I just
would
think
you-
they do it quicker,
Okay.
and like more clever,
And
and
have the red tape.
I think that's going to be one of the leading potentials in this whole thing is whether or not do their means justify the end kind of thing.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
that's going to be a leading
Some vigilante justice.
like yeah, it's like is this
You
going
gonna
to
kill
be
someone? Like,
I think people are going to die. I got
ki-
predicts.
I killed him. So yeah, I think that's going to be one of the bigger themes of this
Mhm.
show.
yeah.
Well, what do the means justify the end kind of thing? Like we got him off, you know, or whatever. Well, you killed 4 people. They were all dirty.
Yeah.
We cleaned up the streets.
No one will miss them.
A couple things that I noted just about the show
Mhm.
is that more than half of the scenes are all like them like really quick weird shots of them talking really fast. Essentially like every scene from a movie's like Ocean's 11 or something like that, or like The Italian Job when they're like, this is how we're gonna do the heist. All right, So like he's gonna
Yeah.
get really small. Jet Li's gonna get really small and get into like the bin and do the flips, and then like how Mission Impossible, they're like describing their plan. Like,
Yeah.
that was like half of that was at least half of the scenes in this
Yeah,
episode.
that was most of this show.
Was like how they're gonna do the heist, but they weren't doing heists. They were just like talking to each other.
She's like, first I'm gonna call the pizzeria and order a sausage and pepperoni pizza.
I mean,
Then we're gonna bring it to this guy.
You're gonna go to the ATM.
And
We're gonna withdraw as much as it'll let us take out.
and while they're doing that, it's just like quick cuts to everyone that's talking and like weird over the shoulder
Yeah.
things, like but they're like looking through like windows and like screens, and like something in the foreground's blurry, and it's like
There was definitely a lot of dialogue that hit me right. Felt like a punch in the face right at the beginning of this.
Mhm.
Is Grey's like that? Do you guys,
So
have you guys
yeah,
seen that?
right on like the splash screen or like title screen of this, it says "Scandal," created by Shonda Rhimes, and I was like, Shonda Rhimes, how come like you didn't like sell us at the beginning as a Shonda Rhimes show? But yeah, Shonda
I
Rhimes
don't know
is
if that would really sell.
famously the creator of Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice, and now Scandal. But
not
Yeah.
famous to me because you said that name and I said I don't know who that is.
she's a big deal. She's
She's
a big
related
deal.
to Leanne Rhymes.
Yeah,
I know who
they're
Leanne
cousins.
is.
Luann Rhymes.
But yeah, I mean, Grey's Anatomy is kind of the same way, where it's like it's a lot of fast talking, but like the big selling point is it's like really smart, sexy people doing things.
Which this is too.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like the connection I drew is just like instead of like hot smart doctors, it's like hot smart lawyers.
But not being real lawyers.
But they're superheroes.
Yeah, but you know, there's like drama, is like soap opera shit going on.
hot, smart pseudo lawyers.
And like they might be boning each other, and who knows.
Right.
Everybody boning. There's a lot of characters.
Like the first character we're introduced to is Quinn, who in like the first scene she's talking to a guy who's part of their team. I forget his name.
Who was explaining his heist really fast. But his heist is
Like
that they're not on a
Harrison or
date.
something?
They're on a job interview.
Right, because he had like invited her out to a
Oh,
bar.
it was. It's Harrison.
Harrison is his name.
Yeah.
Harrison had invited Quinn out to a bar, and she thinks it's a blind date, but he keeps explaining that it's not a blind date. You applied for a job, but you didn't know it or something, and essentially, she knows nothing about what's going on.
He's Morpheus and she was Neo. And he was like, you want to take the pill because
Yeah.
you want to come to the Olivia Matrix.
Mhm.
And she was like, I don't think so. And he was like, but you do.
Yeah. So she knows nothing of what's going on, but is apparently like smart enough to work with these people. But just like the point is, she's just like the audience surrogate. She knows nothing of what's going on, so she can ask the questions, and people can explain things to her so that it gets explained to the audience. But I felt like it was just like a good way to like. It really gave me a vibe for how Shonda Rhimes and like the other writers just like view the audience, because
Dumb.
kind of,
Yeah.
right? Like, because there's that part where she's like crying in the bathroom and someone goes to talk to her, and he says something
Tuck.
like, you want to believe that there's something bigger than like your dumb 9-to-5 job. You want to like hang out with these smart people and like stand in their light, he said. Like,
Yeah.
that's like nearly a direct quote. But like the idea is that they think the viewers like are bored with their fucking lives and they just want to hang out with some like super smart hot lawyers and like, you know, figure out scandals and like solve mysteries. And they're not necessarily wrong.
No. Which,
Fair.
you know, so
100% correct.
in that
Yeah.
in that vein, one of the notes that I wrote like right near the end, well, I was like, this show is just smut.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, it is.
It's just stay at home mom smut.
And
like
not even necessarily in a bad way. But it's just like, you know, you just got to give the people what they want. Like,
yeah.
it's a little sexy. It's like fast and fun.
It's like all a little dirty.
It's all a little dirty. It's a little dumb. And the people who like this stuff like know it and they don't take it that seriously. It's just like,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is.
It's a guilty pleasure
Like-
show.
Uh-huh.
Like it's fine. In a way, this show is like more offensive than like any episode of Breaking Bad or like something like that. You know, like shows that have like graphic things that happen and tackle like really serious things
I'm pretty
in a
sure
really
I saw
serious
a
manner.
hole in that girl's head when they were like taking pictures of the dead girl. And I was like, that's This is on ABC.
I mean,
Oh, really?
they have crime dramas and stuff.
Crimes.
It was just, yeah, I was like, I don't know. I'm not the demographic for this show at the moment, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. And
I'm not really that
this show
bored
really
with my
got
everyday life.
off to a rocky start for me too, but maybe because it's just they were kind of trying to build this like vibe of where the heroes, and I was like, when are we gonna get into some scandals?
Yeah, they kept saying we're gladiators in suits. That was the term they kept using.
Yeah.
To describe what they do. They're gladiators in suits, which I don't really get, because to me a gladiator like fights and like gets hurt and stuff, which isn't really what they do. They just kind of like sneak around and like are smarter than everyone else. They're more like ninjas in suits.
Yeah, they're gonna have like a professor.
wizards in suits.
They're gonna have like a Professor Moriarty that they have to fight. Like some like other super smart person that like throws weird things their way. But that wouldn't make any sense because then they wouldn't be solving random scandals, I guess. But I don't know.
It's just like the Riddler.
This isn't even. Yeah, this isn't even my like. It's not even my. It has nothing to do with any of my predictions. But I do hope that it's it almost becomes Sherlockian in a way where there is like some mastermind, but like somehow not being silly, but just like somebody that's equally as like smart and like
I like that.
Whatever as like Olivia Pope is trying to be
all
in
the
the show.
scandals lead back to one person.
Yeah.
So like the like one person the kind of, so like a is this a prediction you have? This is like
No,
a big bad, but then like in X-Files they have like their alien
man?
stuff that is
like
like what they keep coming back to.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like a one big bad that they keep kind of coming back to,
I hope
but
they have
like
a
they have
smoking
lots
man.
of little scandals in between.
I hope they have a smoking man.
Yeah.
Is what you're getting at. Yeah.
Yeah.
I call him, Jolivia Dope.
Jolivia Dope. Cool.
And yep.
Sir Jolivia Dope.
Yep.
I picture he's British.
Oh, for sure.
Just a skinny
He
British
smokes
dude.
corn cob pipes.
It's just Benedict
God.
Cumberbatch.
I like the show already.
Cumberbunch.
I like season 5 of this show. When Sir Jolivia
Season
Dope,
5.
played by Benedict Cumberbatch, comes in. Oh, it sounds great. Also, the background music never stopped. There was
It's just pumping all the way
always background music going. There was.
I didn't even notice. What was the music?
It was just really fast music.
through.
Like whenever Benny
It's
Hill.
just a circus. Yeah.
No, it was at one point it was Album Leaf, which I love that band. So I was like, it's fucking Album Leaf. It was like when he was like, I'm gay. It was like Album Leaf.
Classic.
I'm gay. Use emo music all of a sudden.
Album Leaf is just I was gonna say aromatic. That's not the correct term.
They're smelly.
There's no words.
Smell like
in
stuff.
that band's music. They don't have words.
Probably not drums either, because
They have some drums.
Started out with.
They have some drums, but they didn't do it. But anyway, like for the most part, it was a lot of like the music that you would think would be playing while George Clooney is explaining to you how you're gonna rob the Bellagio hotel. It was always in the background all the time. But that just went. I noticed that after I was like, God, they're talking fast with all these silly camera angles, and I was like, oh my God, there hasn't yet not been music. And then I paid. There was a couple times there wasn't music, but it was the whole
Wait,
time.
there's always music.
I was like, all right, silence. Give me some silence. It was really weird. I wanted some silence. It was fine, but I just noticed there was like always background music, and apparently you guys didn't notice that at all. So
Yeah.
I did not.
well, whatever.
So I have a couple things. So first of all, just all these millions of characters. So there's Huck, who's like the tech guy. It's like IT. Is that what they said? He's
the guy that explained to
he's one
Quinn
in the
that they were all
bathroom.
broken.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure, like right as Quinn walked in, like he was the first person they met, and I think Harrison said that he was IT.
Yeah, he's some tech dude.
But he's Guillermo Diaz from Half Baked. He's the other. He's not Dave Chappelle in that.
Ah.
No, nobody.
Cool.
Then there, I don't even know who this guy was, but like what his character was, but Joshua Molina is his name, and he's in The West Wing, and he had glasses, and Olivia showed up at his house, and I think, and then I think he was the one who told her that the president initially wanted to see her.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
know what I'm talking about? He came back again later.
Nah.
I'll show you a picture.
Was I getting food? And I walk out of the room.
Could
He was
be.
not. I don't care about the show that other show he was in, and I don't care about him in this show, so I don't remember him.
He's great in The West Wing.
Yeah, I didn't care about that show though.
So then there
That's what I'm
was
telling you.
the president. And then there's like is it like his chief of staff or something? Jeff Perry.
Yeah, it's his like little Dick Cheney.
And I feel like he's in a lot of stuff, but I always also think that he looks like he's like David Spader's like uncle or something.
I can see that.
And then there was Stephen, was he British? Is he British? He was the one he proposed.
He was.
He seemed like kind of Olivia's like right hand man.
He
kinda.
What's his name? Dexter. What's
Dexter.
Desmond?
He's a
Desmond
serial
from
killer?
Lost.
Oh yeah,
He was the guy in the hatch. Spoiler alert.
he's British, right?
He's British or Australian
Something. So
or New
and
Zealand
he's like one little plot line in this was that he's
or South African.
maybe gonna propose, and then he did at the end.
Yeah, didn't care about that either.
And then there's Abby, who's the like token like left wing character. She really seemed like they were like really trying to make her like every chance she got. She was like, I hate Republicans, but outside of that, she said nothing remotely like political. But that lady's also in Jericho, which we watched. Go back and listen. What was that? Season 2, maybe?
I mean, it was
Sure.
it was back
And
then.
she was in Mad Men.
Don't remember her in Mad Men, that's for sure.
I don't know. A lot of people. There's a lot of people in Mad Men.
This is true.
And I think that's.
I mean, those
everyone
are
we
all the
hadn't
people
talked
that
about.
I remember or care about.
Yeah.
Really.
And it seems like it's gonna be mostly around Olivia, maybe some Quinn.
I feel like it's gonna be Olivia, and then obviously they're just gonna keep using Quinn to explain to us how all this shit works until,
Because Quinn is us, right?
Yeah.
Quinn is the viewer.
and then
I'm trying to keep up.
they're gonna use Desmond, Josh, whatever that guy's name is, the guy that proposed. They're gonna
Steven.
use him to like make Olivia seem like she's not a bad human because she's like nice to him the whole time. She helped him propose and do all this stuff. So he's gonna be like her, like she's a human anchor. They're gonna use the red-haired left-wing girl to like try to be funny, I think, eventually, but I don't think it's gonna work very well.
What about the black guy?
He's gonna just keep saying we're gladiators in suits. I think he's gonna be probably one of the better characters in the show.
Yeah.
In the end, because he'll just be like, "Dog, we just do it. We just do it. We just get this job done because we're gladiators in suits."
Still a
He's
thing I
not.
don't get.
I think that's stupid. But I think that's gonna be whatever. He's gonna be the guy that explains to us, our Quinn, what's happening. You know, he's gonna be our narrator in a way.
Yeah. It's gonna keep being the Morpheus.
Yeah. So there's that. So we'll see.
Well,
I'm assuming then this last episode's not going to be technically a case of the week, but probably.
yeah, I don't know.
I think you're right about like the format of the show. It'll be case of the week, but probably not for the finale.
Right.
I bet there's something bigger going on.
Should we dive into predictions for the finale?
Yeah.
Oh, Joe, you look excited.
Mine are pretty big.
All right, go.
I've got
Ooh.
number 1, Olivia is president.
Oh man,
She's moved her
like
way
she
on
gets
up.
elected.
I bet. I mean, not part of my prediction, but I bet she doesn't get elected president.
He's like number
Somehow
one.
it falls to her.
Yeah.
I would just like your first predictions. Olivia's president, and Jimmy goes, she gets elected. You're right. Prediction 2. It's no longer democracy in the United States of America.
She
It's a
takes over.
scandalocracy. Yeah, she's in somehow in the what's the word I'm looking for here?
White House.
No, the line of succession,
Oh,
Yeah.
and then like the
She's
president,
somewhere in it.
the president, and vice president, and like 5 other people have to like resign so she becomes president. And she romantically, because again there has to be a romantic plot that she's trying to choose between 2 men and can't decide which one is better. And then in the end, she resigns as president because of
So all
some
of
sort
yours are
scandal.
Olivia Pope based.
And one more. They say the phrase "gladiators in suits."
Ah,
Nice.
that's a solid. That should be a solid point.
All right.
Joshua.
Mine. I think this episode is solving the case of the nuclear bomb.
That's the scandal.
Yeah.
A nuke.
Yeah.
So someone's trying to keep a nuke under wraps.
Well, you want to keep it under wraps until you set it off, don't you?
Yeah. I suppose.
Okay. So yeah, they're finding a nuke. Not that a nuke has gone off and they're trying to figure out who did it.
No, the nuke has not gone off yet.
Okay.
The nuke is about to go off. Because someone's gonna drop a bomb in this
Scandal's
last
about to
episode.
go off.
I think Olivia Pope retires.
Okay.
I think she's done with her job being
Pope.
Pope. I think Olivia second guesses her gut, but in the end, she trusts it.
She second guesses it and then is like, no wait, guts, right?
Yeah, because that was like a big thing in
Because
this
that's
episode.
gonna happen every episode of this show.
She mentioned how much she mentioned like 4 or 5 times how much she trusts her gut.
not trust my gut,
Yeah.
President. And President like rape smooches her.
You made me bleed my own blood.
That's just the Predator.
No.
Isn't that the Predator?
The Predator doesn't talk English.
No, but
That's like Nelson from
is
The
it
Simpsons.
is it Jesse Ventura who says that? No.
You made me bleed my own blood. No, that's from the dude. This is from The Simpsons. That
Is
quote
it
that I just
really?
said. Yeah, it's like Nelson says it.
Oh yeah, you're
Barker
right.
like punches Nelson.
Jesse Ventura says, "I ain't got time to bleed." That's his tagline in The Predator.
If it
His
bleeds,
one big line.
Predator. If it bleeds, you can kill it. That's what Arnold Schwarzenegger tells about the Predator. If it bleeds, you can kill it. And number 4, I think Quinn takes on the mantle of the new pope.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
So
All right. So the viewer
is now
can become.
the actor.
It's in you guys. It's in listeners.
It's in us.
It's in you. Okay, number 1, I think there's a traitor in Olivia's gang. In the what are they? Pope and Associates?
They call themselves the Vatican.
Like they're the the gladiators, but there's like a what would be an anti-gladiator? There's a lion. Lion in the troop.
There's a lion in the Colosseum.
Number oh, gross.
You led me down that path.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I believe happens. Number 2, I think Stephen, who proposed, does not get married, and now he's banging Abby, because Abby was banging him in this episode.
I kind of thought he'd be banging Olivia, to be completely honest. If I was gonna see it, if Olivia was getting shucked by anybody, it'd be him.
I don't think she shucks. I think she shucked the president a lot. I think she's now she's like
Doesn't like corn anymore.
I'm gotta stay pure.
What?
Like
There's a vow of
you
celibacy.
Did you
Yeah.
see the same episode that we saw? This is not a stay pure type
she
of show.
didn't bang anybody in this episode.
She didn't have time. Dude.
President
She
rape
was
kissed
solving.
her.
She had no time. She was solving scandals.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what's gonna happen for 7 seasons.
Well, she's gonna retire and she can get herself shucked.
Well, yeah. She can chuck all she wants. Number 3, Olivia Pope kills the president.
Oh shit!
What?
Scandal.
I mean, I like that you're going for gold at least.
And then number 4, people have sex. but one person of the people that have sex, it might be like more than one couple, it might be a 3-way, I don't know, but one of those people who has sex then dies in this episode.
Do they finish having sex before they die? This doesn't count. I just want you to know.
Somebody does.
At least somebody finishes.
The guy does. Am I right?
You can get shot before you finish. I've never been shot before I finish.
69.
Well, should we watch the finale? All right, we got a lot of interesting stuff going on. I think these are some good predicts,
That's
guys.
good stuff.
So, all right, we'll see you after the finale of Scandal. A or B? A or B?
Oh God.
A, Jimmy. A or B?
What was A again?
A, or we could talk about our feelings, or we could do something else, which is B. A or B?
What is the?
A or B?
What are you insinuating
A,
in this second choice?
A, we could do anything else besides talk about our feelings. A or B?
Is that just?
B. We're
Is that like
back.
butt stuff?
We're back from the show. I pick B. We're done with Scandal, the finale of Scandal.
And B stands for butt stuff, right?
A or B?
Either A stuff or B stuff.
You sound like Jordan Peele from Key and Peele.
Thank you. Nice thing you ever said to me.
Megan. What is it? Megan. Is that her name?
What are
You
you
guys
talking
watch Key and Peele? What the fuck? You guys don't watch Key and Peele?
Like currently?
What is this? What is this pod?
They don't do those sketches anymore. They
No,
write movies
but
now.
They're all on Hulu.
I'm not watching YouTube sketches on Hulu.
I mean, then you don't have to keep clicking on the sketches. It
A
just rolls 'em.
or B, Jimmy.
What was A again?
Read the thing that happened.
Oh wait.
That was A.
Oh dang it. Hold on, I
You had
pulled away
one
from
job.
the article.
Before we started recording, Jimmy was just watching a YouTube video of people just rubbing windbreakers together. It was
It's not what was happening.
just a bunch of rustling noises. It's
Oh.
ridiculous.
I have so many tabs open. I'm sorry.
Do we have to do this over like the air where I go, why don't you just download the IMDb app like everybody else in the entire world?
Maybe I clicked
Joe
away
probably
from
doesn't
it.
have the IMDb app either.
Well,
do you, Joe?
On the Googles it just says the Gladiators, which they did not call themselves Gladiators.
I thought they were the white hat wearers now.
Yeah, they wear white hats.
They were
now.
the white hatters.
The gladiators make the ultimate sacrifice to take down Cyrus and Jake.
That's it.
That's all the Google says. The IMDb did not say much more than that, to be honest.
Okay. So it seems like we came in on some sort of plot to like take down the government. It seems like the vice president was behind the whole thing.
Cyrus.
Vice President Cyrus.
Yeah, he seemed like a real bad guy.
Was behind the whole thing, and he was gonna get the president, who's Millie Grant.
Which is the
Mhm.
president from the first episode's wife.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
she
I didn't
was
catch
the
that.
first lady in the first episode.
Yeah.
And in the last episode, she was the president.
Gotcha.
So it
And
was a
she
Clinton
was gonna
vibe.
get impeached so that Cyrus can become president. It seems like people died in the meantime, and that our team of heroes, the Scandalizers, were somehow involved in this plot, and they were trying to clear their name. There's a point where they thought they were all gonna go to jail, and then it sort of gets resolved. Not really sure how.
Yeah.
They had to.
Yeah.
They had like a Senate hearing, like a private Senate hearing. All of them individually went and did it. And at some point, Kerry Washington, Olivia Pope, says, I hired people to kill other people. And they were like, cool, go home and we'll just chat about it.
Yeah.
And it was like, you admitted
We'll
to
figure out
murder.
what to do later.
Yeah, so there was something with this like I don't like a military like
B613
branch B613. I don't know what exactly or kind of organization, the like hit squad.
Yeah.
It was, but somehow Olivia Pope was involved, like heavily involved, and like the rest of the gang all knew about this and maybe participated in some of it.
Yeah.
Well, according to what we found out near the end, was her dad is the one that created it
Sure,
and was in charge
it's like an alias vibe.
and did it for like 30 years.
Something like that. Yeah.
It sounded like what B36 was. Is that what it's called?
Sure.
B613. Whatever.
B613. It sounded like what it was it was just like a shadow organization that ran the country
Yeah.
as opposed
yeah.
to the outward facing government, which is pretty much just any conspiracy theorist's theory of how America really works anyway, you know?
Sure.
It's also pretty much the underlying plot of all the Metal Gear Solid games.
Nice.
that there's these people called the Patriots and they control everything in America and
so
the world.
this guy, Olivia's dad, goes and confesses to it all, and then he just says something like, "Oh, but you don't want to lock me up. Lock up this guy." So is the idea that he convinced them to like not blow up the whole conspiracy, but to just like sweep it under the rug? Is
Yeah,
that the
it
idea?
sounded like he was like, yeah, you don't really have to give up beat 634.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to like get a scapegoat, because he appealed to their old white manness and was basically like, if you shove this out, you're all fucked anyway, and you're not gonna get your old white man. You're not gonna keep your old white man power.
Mm-hmm.
So then they blamed it on a guy anyway, some other guy who was doing bad stuff,
Right.
Which was Jake?
which was Jake and Cyrus.
Yeah, I think the vice president ends up going to jail at some point too, right?
Well, he was like going, but
They
so
made him
he was
resign,
asking.
right?
He was asking. Yeah, he's an old white man, so he probably only had to resign. And he just moved to the woods in Vermont. Or something
yeah,
like that.
it's just taken care of.
But he kept saying like, "Oh, I would like to have a drink," which he killed the district attorney or the attorney general.
Yeah, the attorney general that way.
He killed the attorney general with drink.
Mhm.
So maybe that was the thing, is like, I think he made himself a drink or had it, and then he like walked out the door with it.
Yeah.
So I think I was implied that maybe he just drank it on his way out.
Okay.
And killed himself.
I must have missed that, but I think I got it because after that, so yeah, the big bad is dead. The other bad is in jail. Everything is cool. And then Olivia is talking with the president, Millie, and Millie's saying like, "Oh, we need to like, fix America and like restore faith in the government, and like we could do this together." And I kind of felt like she was saying like you should be my vice president.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
But then
She definitely was like asking her to like
Or
help her out.
something.
yeah.
And Olivia was kind of like, "Nah, I'm done with all this shit
Yeah,
now."
and she was like, "I'm gonna go do whatever the hell I
this
want."
show's canceled.
Yeah.
So it ends with her like saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna go do whatever the hell I want." And she like walks away, and then there's a classic Grey's Anatomy montage over a pop song of like everybody doing what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But then it ends on like these two little black girls like walking around the like National Portrait Gallery where they have like portraits of all the presidents, and then at the end they like see like a new portrait and it's of Olivia Pope. So like, does that imply that she becomes the president?
I don't
That was the thing that she's
was
doing.
that the future?
Yeah, I didn't understand the whole like end montage to that song was just bouncing back and forth to any time that it decided it wanted to be in,
Yeah.
because it was like her eating dinner with her dad, and then it would go back to her like walking away
yeah.
from the tribunal she was just in, to like these kids walking around the thing, to eventually seeing like this painting of her that's obviously well into the future.
Right.
Then back to her finishing her walk when like these two like big old trucks drive off, and the old president
Yeah, her
guy
boyfriend walks out.
comes out, and it's like, what? You didn't even give me a semblance of time
Yeah.
in this entire montage. You were just like, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, I tried to Google a little bit about that ending, and like it seemed like it was intentionally, or it was, the idea was for it to be intentionally ambiguous. But I don't know that there's that many ways to read that. It's like
She either
you
became
only-
president or she didn't.
well, it's either she became president.
Was that what all the other pictures were? Were they presidents?
Yeah, you only get a portrait if you're president or first lady. So either she became president or she married someone who became president.
And I mean, I guess we don't know what happened with that guy. Did he serve only one term and then rerun as president way later? And then she was his first lady?
From what I Googled, they said that like it probably wasn't him because of term limits. So I assume he served 2 terms.
Okay. So then she probably was president.
Yeah, right. It's
eventually.
not that ambiguous unless it's supposed to be just a fantasy and not a real thing.
Well, she could do whatever the hell she wanted to do, Joe.
Uh-huh. The other thing they were trying to posit was like maybe they just like gave her a portrait to thank her for the things that she did. I'm just like, I
Probably
feel
not.
like that's not where they were trying to go with
Probably
this.
not. They don't just. They would do like, oh, you're like a really good American, so we just
Yeah.
we made you a president portrait.
Yeah.
And we put him in the Hall of Presidents.
It's like, have you seen the end of Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
where they like it's like deep into the future, and then there's like a Secret Service looking guy who's like telling Leslie and Ben that it's time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's ambiguous because you don't necessarily know
If it's Ben or Leslie.
right.
Yeah.
It's implied that like one of them became president or at least vice president or something.
Yeah.
But that's ambiguous. But like this painting at the end isn't very ambiguous.
No, based on where they were and what they were looking at,
Yeah.
it's like okay, so she became president. Got it.
That or it's just a fever dream and just a fun shot they wanted to put in at the end.
They were like, who gives a shit? It's the last scene anyway of the whole show.
It wasn't the last shot though, because they ended on like a great shot of this like beautiful portrait, and then they like cut to this like picture collage that they made in like Paint.
Oh yeah,
Microsoft Paint.
but that was the
It just
that
says
was the
Scandal.
that was the intro title screen.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
It's just just their
But
screen.
it was still
threw
a
it up there.
shitty intro title screen,
Yeah.
which means it's like that they've been using that over and over again, and someone said that was a good picture to use.
Yeah.
Scandal.
Some college intern was like, "Can we use? How about this as the title screen?" They're like, "Good job, David. We'll use this one."
They really should have ended it just like on that portrait, and then it fades to black, and then like in white letters it just says, "Yeah, she became president."
Get it? Crazy, huh?
It's just it just comes back to her going, "Make America great again."
Oh God.
Maybe
She's
she
wearing a
became
red hat.
president because she killed Millie Grant.
Oh, scandal.
I got a point.
Every time something happens,
Give me one.
Every time you're watching a show and something weird, crazy happens, you're like, "Oh, scandal!
Oh, look at this scandal.
Ooh,
Oh
scandal!"
man, after last week's scandal, this is quite the scandal.
How are they gonna, Joe? I wonder how they're gonna one up last week's scandal.
Wonder how they'll handle this scandal.
Heyo.
Oh man.
This week on Scandal, watch how the White Hatters handle their scandals.
So
And then watch how they handle each other's boners.
oh.
69.
Because it's smutty, ladies and gentlemen. Put the kids to bed before you watch Scandal.
Are the kids in bed? 'Cause the smut's on ABC.
Thursday night
Subsidiary
smut.
of Disney.
Thursday night smut after Big Bang Theory. Scandal.
The Big Bang's not on ABC.
Come on,
Don't sully
man.
ABC with Big
Come
Bang.
on.
Someone told me that show's ending. We're gonna be
garbage.
able to watch this show soon.
We are.
Ooh.
I've just been shitting on the Big Bang Theory for 69 episodes. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, yes, we will have to watch it if it ever ends.
Oh,
It's the only time I've ever wished Big Bang would not end.
that Rosen guy, is that his name? Who died in this?
Are you talking
Pretty
about
sure
the-
he's in Big Bang.
Are you talking the guy that looked
Oh.
like a poor man's Bob Saget?
Yeah.
Bob Saget with glasses.
Okay.
Bob Saget does have glasses
Oh,
a lot of the times.
well, imagine Bob Saget wearing
Just
two
n-
pairs of glasses.
He does on Full House, but does he need glasses in real life?
Yeah, he's an old man.
Well. Okay, so the scandal, like IMDb, just like overview thing says a former White House communications director, Olivia Pope, I guess, was
Uh-huh.
that, starts her own crisis management firm, is what they're called.
Okay.
What their law firm
Their
is called.
team,
Yeah,
yeah.
CMF.
Crisis management term. What?
CMF.
Is that a...
No, it's not a real thing.
Shut up. And only to realize her clients are not the only ones with secrets.
Ooh.
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of which,
Most people
no
ever.
Steven in this. Is he dead? Did he die?
Which one was Steven again?
He's the one who proposed to the chick? Or did he just get
Oh.
married and just leave? Be done?
Or Harris. He wasn't in this one either.
Oh, yeah,
He
Harrison.
probably died, right? It seems like there's a lot of death.
Yeah,
in
he
this
probably
show.
died.
They're probably both dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably wasn't like, "Oh, I'm going to go work for the Queen in England."
I'm done with these scandals. I think I'll just leave.
Go work for MI6.
I think it's time for an English scandal.
They tried to start a British spin-off.
He's a
and it
British
didn't take off.
bakery scandal.
It's called Scandal Mate.
Scandal Bake Off.
It seems like a
The
bit
Great
of a
Scandal Bake Off.
Bit of a scandal. Scandal?
Scondal?
Scandal.
They like
I don't know how to say
scones?
It's called Scandal.
Scandal.
It's a
and-
British.
Scandal.
It's a British morning bakery show. Scandal.
I think this show would sell more if it was Scandal with an exclamation point at the end.
Oh, you mean like the
Scandal.
South African soap opera called Scandal with an exclamation
Is
point?
that really what's
Yeah,
called?
that's a really thing.
Wait, say again?
What?
There's a South African soap opera called Scandal, but it has an exclamation
Oh, that's a
point.
different show, though?
Yeah, it's a different show.
And this show, I read that
That's the show I
this
wanna watch.
show was shown in South Africa, and it's called The Fixer there.
Oh.
Mm. Okay.
She fixes stuff.
It almost makes more sense based on the first episode, in a way.
Yeah.
But I feel like a fixer, that's a very negative. You are just a bad guy's
Yeah, you're
sidekick,
sneaky
and you
like cover up bad guy stuff.
Yeah.
You're the fixer.
I think that is a term for someone who
Yeah.
like does bad shit.
Like Mr. Wolf in Pulp Fiction.
yeah, absolutely.
Or Michael Cohen in real life.
Oh, only he's an idiot.
Not the brightest fixer you got.
Hey, do we have other thoughts? I have a couple thoughts. So Rowan Pope, who's Olivia Pope's dad in this.
Mm-hmm.
You guys recognize him at all? From
Yeah,
Things?
he's in Things.
Is he Will Smith's dad in Fresh Prince?
What?
Probably not, right?
Oh, like his actual dad,
You
or
remember
like the uncle who's a very large man?
No, not Uncle Phil.
I'm
Talking about
well,
Lou.
Huh.
Well,
I don't know.
I'll YouTube it for you.
Yeah,
later.
Google it. I want to know. He's been in a lot of stuff. It's possible, but I'll tell you who he was. He's the police captain in Speed,
Nice.
starring
Love Speed.
Keanu. He's also in T2. Pretty sure he's the guy who was the inventor of Skynet, and they go to like try to talk him out of like they're gonna like kill him, but then
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you know
they
this
try
guy's
to,
name?
Talk him off. Rowan Pope.
No, I mean his the actor's name. Because I got Ben Vereen. That's the guy from Fresh Prince.
Well, click on it and see if he's in Scandal, or Speed, or Terminator 2.
Judgment Day.
Gosh, I want to watch the Terminators now.
I mean, sure.
All of them.
Okay, he wasn't in any of those things. He was in Roots.
Excellent.
His name is I got his name right here. Joe Morton.
Huh. All right.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, they don't really look that similar. But I see it.
He's not Lou.
At what point in this show do you think it just becomes a dem wank off situation?
Dem wank?
A dem wank. Because man, this episode went hard in the paint.
Well, isn't President Millie Grant a Republican? Because I
I don't know.
thought she was saying that like they're gonna impeach me and we have a Democratic Senate, so they're gonna just like rip me out or something. Like that.
Huh. Okay, but didn't you feel like? I guess that makes sense then. Make more sense why they like some of the first lines in this show were like the guy killed himself and like made Olivia promise that she was gonna like make gun control happen.
Yeah.
And then they never talked about it at all.
No, then
Again.
Millie Grant was signing a thing
An
in
assault
like the
weapons ban.
at the end.
What did she do?
Assault-
We need to know
like
now
gun
in
ban.
America. What did she sign? How did Scandal solve the gun problem?
Scandal
only,
solves
right?
guns.
Scandal solved guns, and they didn't tell us how.
Someone's
Well,
gotta
it's-
die.
Yes, it starts with gun violence and ends with someone signing a bill. That's how it works.
Oh shit. We need the middle part
Some-
though.
Someone's got to get killed by a gun. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen every day, all day long in America.
Oh god.
Also, though, then they had like the like token like rich white Southern lady like talk show.
That was
Oh,
a very
yeah.
She had a terrible Southern
That
accent.
was a very like Republican-esque lady.
Yeah.
It was weird.
That's another yeah, because she was very pro President Grant, so I feel like
Oh, okay.
that's another reason why I thought she was a Republican.
Now that makes sense. That lady is Gray's she's Dr. Gray, the mom with like Alzheimer's in Grey's Anatomy, right?
Dr. Gray, the mom.
So Dr. Gray.
Is there a character named Gray in Grey's Anatomy?
Oh my God, really?
That's that's why it's
I've
called.
seen this show, but I don't know anyone's
That's
name.
why
the main lady's
I mean,
Dr. Gray.
Yeah.
I thought, isn't that Meredith?
Meredith Grey.
Meredith, her name is Meredith Grey. And it's Grey's Anatomy. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Joe,
And her
Joe,
mom.
you've been talking like you've seen all of Grey's Anatomy all
You've been
night
talking
long.
like Grey's.
Oh my God.
You know shit about
I have
Grey's.
never seen Grey's Anatomy, and I know that there's someone in it named
Joe.
Dr. Grey.
Oh my God.
Shut a little shit about Grey's.
Dr. Meredith Grey.
Oh,
I
man.
That's
love
her name.
that
Portrait
realization.
of
You
Meredith
understood
Grey.
that like it was like a play on words, like the show's title was called Grey's Anatomy because it was a person, and they were a doctor.
I mean, a Grey's
not like The
Anatomy.
Color.
Grey's Anatomy is like the textbook, right?
Yeah,
I guess I didn't put together that like it would have been a pun because there's the actual person named Grey. I thought it was just like anatomy. Get it? Like body parts. They're gonna fuck.
That's also, it's a double entendre.
yeah,
Spell that.
Yeah. Also that.
yeah, that too. But still, the doctor was named Grey.
Well,
Well, you live and learn,
So
right?
anyway, what I'm
you
saying is
learn,
this
you
lady
love.
loves this Grey's lady.
You did great, Joe. You're doing good,
She's also in Big Trouble in Little China.
Dr. Grey.
Which is great. The mom, Dr. Gray,
Oh, okay.
the
Dr.
Southern
Grey's
lady.
mom.
God damn it, Joe. So the Southern lady
Yeah.
in this show, not Southern at all,
Uh-huh.
plays Dr. Gray's mom, who is
Okay.
also a doctor, who's also
Who's also
Dr.
named
Gray,
Dr. Gray.
and she like has Alzheimer's, and that's like a big plot point
Oh.
in like the first several seasons, I think,
Okay.
is that her mind is going, and Dr. Gray's like got a Meredith Grey has
Mhm.
got to like deal with that.
So there's two Dr. Greys.
Anyway,
it's coming together.
you guys.
I'm gonna watch this show now.
I want to quit tonight.
So did you guys get any points, or like what's the deal?
Josh,
I know you did, you son of a bitch.
well, so there was not the solve the case of the nuclear bomb.
no.
I was pretty
bombs.
mad. I should have said solve the case of gun control. I would have won. Olivia Pope retires.
Yeah,
She
I would say.
specifically told the president that she was done
Yeah.
solving
Although she
problems.
said that, and then she became president, so
Well, she retired.
flip flopper.
But she retired
She's
Crisis.
Democrat.
to do whatever she wanted, and we don't know how long she retired for. I didn't say she didn't come back out of retirement eventually. I said she-
Yeah, all right.
Done solving crises.
Olivia second guesses her gut, but then in the end trusts it.
I
I
think
don't really feel like she faltered too much.
Yeah, I think she was
No.
gut the whole
I
time.
think she was pretty
full of
solid.
guts.
Like right away at the very, very, very beginning, she was like, "No," and he was like, "No, do it." She's like, "Okay,"
Yeah.
but that wasn't like a gut thing. That was just an argument. And then he shot
So-
and then he shot himself in the face.
Oh yeah,
so.
that part. Yeah.
And then my fourth one was Quinn becomes the new Olivia Pope, which
She became the worst.
yeah,
Was not a fan.
Yeah, they got married in jail.
She
There's a lot of
became-
kissing.
she became not the filter for the for the audience, and just became an awful character within the show.
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably
I'm
still-
sure.
I was gonna say probably
Yeah.
still like what the creators think of the audience,
Yeah. Right.
but not what the audience think of as themselves.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Nope.
Sure.
I'm gonna give the audience of this show more credit than what she was portrayed as, because she was awful.
Yeah.
1 point for me.
All right. Nice.
I also had one. I mean, we're giving me the point for Olivia as president.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mean,
I
She becomes
would.
president at the end.
the
Yeah, I don't think it's
well,
that
if
ambiguous.
she continued to date the other president guy,
Uh-huh.
then she's not the first lady, because he can't become president again.
Yeah.
And unless
and
she
she's got a thing.
switched fields and then married his ex-wife
Ooh,
and became first lady.
twist.
But she was into the
She was
black
pressing
dude.
pretty hard. Oh, that's right. She had a.
she was kissing
Oh,
on that
yeah,
guy.
yeah, that's right.
She's
That's right.
kissing on.
Yeah,
She was kissing on that other dude. So I'm assuming that didn't happen.
Okay.
So then the picture leads to her being president.
She's president. So it's a point, and then I said that she's trying to choose between two men. Not true. She resigns, which, I mean, wasn't in this episode, but possible. And they mentioned gladiators in suits, which they did not.
They kept mentioning white hatters.
They kept saying that they were white hats.
A lot of things I read, like all the like recap stuff I was looking at, all said like the gladiators hanging up there, whatever.
Yeah,
so like
they probably reference it.
That must have been a thing a lot.
It wasn't in this episode.
The Legion of whom stops gun control.
Awful. I got 0 points.
Nice.
Olivia Pope did not kill the president that we know of. She was maybe in charge of killing some people. Sounded like.
Yeah, she didn't kill a president, but she definitely there's
She
blood on
said
those hands.
She said Abby was not banging Steven, who didn't exist. She was banging what's his name?
Discount
Rosen.
Bob Saget.
The guy from the West Wing.
Mm-hmm.
There were no traitors in Olivia's gang, don't think.
For a second there, I thought the Bob Saget guy was going to be a traitor.
He was gonna flip with Cyrus when he went over there, and
No,
then died.
like when he was like in the parking lot, I thought he was gonna like meet up with his like cohorts and be like, "I got him right where I want him."
Yeah,
Didn't happen.
had like a deep throat vibe.
He was the only good one, apparently.
But Jake was there to like kill him, but then he talked him out of it because he stood up to him, changed Jake's mind. And then my other one was that people have sex, and one of those people dies.
People had sex.
There was a little bit of sex in.
There was implications of sex. 2, once again, another Album Leaf song. Which,
yeah,
which I believe is the same one that was in the very first episode.
Yeah.
Guys, listen to Album Leaf. It's a really good album.
Sexing during that the first time?
No, it was just on when they were talking
okay.
about something. There was no sexy in the first episode.
Oh,
Unless
just rapey
unless you
kiss.
count that presidential rape kiss.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah. And then, well, she's dating him now, so I guess it worked out.
Hashtag me too.
Ugh.
69.
Oh, you're making it worse.
So 0.
Yeah, you earned that.
0 points.
You earned 0.
What the one guy who died was definitely like with Abby, like in bed, but there was no steamy.
They were just sleeping.
They just were.
They were like, she
they
was
were
like,
just tired.
I might go away forever. And he was like, cool, I'm wearing sweats and sleepy. Oh, some bad guy called me. I gotta go, babe.
Yeah.
No banging for us. We're old and boring.
Well, he's for sure old.
I'll have sex when you're in jail. So
With somebody.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Anybody turn this show on after you leave here tonight? I'm not. I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm not interested in this. I don't know. It's too much smut for me. I can't handle it.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it felt a little bit like a less interesting Grey's Anatomy.
Joe, are you gonna go home and just watch Grey's Anatomy?
I mean, maybe. The more I think about it, the more it seems like it could be fun.
I feel like this show, like it was on for 7 seasons, so they definitely must like drag you into some like character development and stuff. You know, there must be. I mean, or just a lot of people just boning each other, and you're like, oh, who's gonna bone this week?
Mm-hmm.
But so I feel like there must be some fun stuff, but at the same time, there's a lot of scenes that are just straight up like soap opera.
Yeah. There's a lot of like camera movement. Like the camera never stayed in one place. It was always either panning or zooming. Like, I don't know, that just made it feel like a soap opera or something.
Yeah.
It holds the attention of like just a regular person just at home, like turning on the TV, and just like, oops, hit my microphone. It just holds the attention of kind of someone who doesn't really care and is just bored and just has the TV on, and then it's just something's always moving. There's always music, and people are always talking fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the show is just, hey,
Yeah.
TV's on. Hey, that's what this show is the entire time.
And then a stop and some long sultry looks.
Yeah, and they're
It's like a hard stop on that, like a record scratch, and then and then sexy times,
and then back to the moving.
and then straight back to
And they're
moving.
like,
Yeah.
hey, TV, hey, hey.
Hey, sex.
Yeah.
And TV.
So I don't
Which
need
is the perfect formula.
I don't need my TV to beg to watch for me to watch it.
Fair.
So, all right, cool. Can we call this one quits?
Yeah, I had a good time.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching or listening or whatever the hell you do with this.
Wait,
What? Oh, God. What?
we forgot about Purd.
Oh,
Fucking Purd was in this.
yeah.
How
like
can
a-
we forget about Purd?
There's like a newscast in the middle, and Josh was like, "Is that Purd Hapley?" And I was just like, "Yeah, whatever." It wasn't.
Sounded just like
You
Purd.
dummy. And then later they cut back to him, and it actually is Purd Hapley.
It was Purd.
Just as a TV announcer.
I knew it was
Just
Purd.
the same character, only maybe not dumb.
It was
Who
Purd.
knows? It's the same universe. Scandals in the same universe as Parks and Rec.
Purd Hapley from Parks and Rec. That was the best part about this entire show.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
And especially when I heard his voice, thought it was Purd. You
When
didn't
you
believe
heard-
me when I heard Purd. When I heard Purd's word.
I agreed with you
And
that
then,
it sounded just like Purd.
well, yeah, but I was like, it's Purd. And you're like, yeah, it sounds like Purd.
I then looked it up and realized that it was Purd.
And then it showed me it was
Then we saw him. I was going to save it for the pod, but then they showed him, which was even better, really. Better reveal.
It was great. It was great. All right. Now
Anyway,
that,
just kidding. See you later. Bye.
yeah, now the Purd's on there, we'll be done. All right, cool. Hey, bye. Have a good week. Hope 2019's being good to you. Okay, bye.